In the 1990s, researchers gave a group of 4-year-olds a single marshmallow and a simple choice: eat it now or wait 15 minutes and get a second one. Decades later, they tracked those same kids down as adults. The ones who waited weren't just doing better financially. They had higher incomes, more savings, and better credit scores than the ones who ate the marshmallow. One small decision, made before they could even tie their shoes, was already forecasting their bank balance 30 years out. Most people think wealth is predicted by intelligence or luck or the family you were born into. Those things help, but researchers have found something that predicts financial outcomes even more reliably, and it has nothing to do with your IQ. It's your brain's relationship with time. Here's the actual mechanism. Every financial decision you make is really a negotiation between two versions of yourself, the one that exists right now and the one that will exist in the future. Neuroscientists have found that when people imagine their future self, a specific brain region called the medial prefrontal cortex, the same area that lights up when you think about yourself, goes quiet. Instead, your brain processes your future self more like a stranger, which explains a lot. It's much easier to overspend, skip the retirement contribution, or rack up debt when the person paying for it doesn't feel like you. It feels like leaving the bill for someone else. People who build wealth tend to have brains that don't make that separation as strongly. Their future self still feels like me, not some guy down the road. So saving money doesn't feel like sacrifice, it feels like paying yourself. That's the entire mechanism behind delayed gratification. It's not more willpower, it's a closer psychological connection to a person who doesn't exist yet. Think about how differently that reframes everything. "I can't afford to save right now" quietly becomes "I'm choosing to take money from someone I don't feel connected to yet." Nobody says that sentence out loud, but that's essentially what's happening in the brain every time a future contribution gets skipped for a present convenience. The math never changes, the distance does. Here's the part that should get your attention. This isn't fixed. Researchers ran an experiment where they showed people age-progressed, digitally aged photos of their own face before asking them about retirement savings. People who saw their future face put nearly twice as much into a hypothetical retirement account as people who didn't. Just seeing their future self as real instead of abstract was enough to shift real financial behavior in minutes. Compare that to what happens when the gap stays wide. Studies on lottery winners again and again show the same pattern. Most large winners return to their previous net worth within a few years because the sudden money never bridges the psychological distance to their future self. They spend like their present self is the only one that matters, because in their head, it is. Financial advisors who work with these clients often describe the same scene. The numbers make sense on paper, the plan is sound, and the client still can't bring themselves to follow it because the future them the plan is protecting still doesn't feel fully real. The marshmallow test never actually ended, it just got a lot more expensive. So here's what you can actually do with this today. Take 60 seconds and write a short letter to yourself 10 years from now. Not vague hopes, specifics. Where you're living, what your mornings look like, what you're not stressed about. The goal isn't the letter, it's forcing your brain to render that person as real for a moment, because every dollar you save after that gets a little easier to justify. If your brain runs on old wiring around money, that's exactly the kind of thing we break down here every week, the actual mechanics behind who builds wealth and why. Subscribe if you want to catch the next shift before it costs you 10 years of hindsight.